And if people need help, we can walk you through this. Now, no, I can't do a hair transplant. Dr. J don't do hair transplants, but
So one
yeah,
thing.
please.
So with hair transplant, right? Telogen effluvium, it's gonna grow back. Don't worry about that. It's gonna come back. The people that need to worry about hair transplants will be the guys with the androgenic alopecia. Here's the
Mm,
deal, guys. You don't want to get hair transplants in your 20s. You need to save that hair, right? You'll probably need 1,500 to 2,000 hair follicles per transplant. So ideally, you may only get 2 to 3 in your life. So you want to save this as far as you can go. Some people are genetically programmed to have hair loss sooner than others. So you really have to be on top of it with the stress, with the nutrients. But the first line thing you should be adding in is microneedling. That should be the first thing you add in. And then you can start topically adding things in to help with if DHT is a problem, start with saw palmetto topical, or if you need, get a topical low dose finasteride if you need. Most finasteride side effects happen due to systemic levels. If you go locally at a very low dose, you can start to starve that. So again, you want to push those hair transplants into the 30s and 40s, not in the 20s, ideally.
it's become trendy though. That's the weird thing. Guys like think it's cool, or I don't know, or it's desperation. I mean, I don't know what's driving it, but I'm seeing a lot of videos of young dudes
Well,
doing it.
hopefully in the next 10 years, they're going to have the 3D printing technology out where they'll just take a hair, they're going to clone a couple thousand of it, and then you can do your hair transplant from the clone hair. That'll be the ideal because they're just pulling hair from your non-DHT hair. So they're pulling it here. And a good hair surgeon will pull out, but you don't want more than 2,000 at a time or so because you're going to see it. You're going to see the patches on the side of your hair. You only have about maybe 3, max 4 probably transplants in your life. And so if you start at 20, the time you're 60, or you're kind of screwed. And so you got to
That's
be careful.
amazing. So you're saying when they pull from the back of the head, it's gone? As in when you yank that thing out of there, you're taking all the parts with it and it cannot regrow back there? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
correct. I mean, the benefit of these hairs, it's when these hairs, they lay down on each other. So you get
Mm,
coverage. It's harder to see, right?
wow.
Where the hair at your top kind of parts here, this kind of, goes over it. So you just got to be careful. You want to make sure you get to the root. If you have to do a topical medication, just make sure you're doing everything else as well. And then you add in the microneedling and then you do some of these topical things at lower doses, especially with the finasteride. With the Rogaine, 5% for guys. Just, I recommend just get one that's going to be propylene glycol free.
Mhm. Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
But like myself, I don't use any Rogaine or anything like that. I'll use maybe a little bit of topical saw palmetto. I'll do microneedling. I'll do laser light. I'll do all the nutrients. And so I just try to do some of that. But I wouldn't, if I'm doing everything I'm doing and that starts to become a problem, I would add in a low dose pharmaceutical if needed, just because there's genetics that you're running up against. Oh, also copper peptides. I'll use some of that as well, along with the C60, which is a powerful fatty acid that's an antioxidant scavenger. It looks like a soccer ball. It's 60 carbon. So those are some great things I'll throw in there as well.